Back Sydney has tonight shot down claims Lance Buddy Franklin's future is up in the air after reports the club offered the superstar forward a lowball offer for next year. Let's head live to Alicia Mewling for the very latest. Alicia, have contract talks hit a wall?
Well, Clint, Sydney's tonight strongly denying that is the case. The Swans tell me that contract negotiations are respectfully ongoing with Franklin and his manager Liam Pickering. This all comes after a News Corp report today suggested Franklin could join a third AFL club or retire if his financial demands weren't met. Now, the report suggested the 35-year-old had been offered about $500,000 to play on in 2023. Franklin, though, wanting a deal worth between $700,000 and $800,000. Meanwhile, at Arden Street, Lee Adams, he took his first session as interim coach. He told players he wants to bring the fun back and also play an attacking brand of footy for the rest of the season.
With 6 weeks to go, there's not going to be a huge difference in terms of, a game plan overhaul or anything like that. But we think there's some little tweaks in there that will give us an opportunity to hopefully score more.
Tonight, Clint, the Roos are yet to finalise a panel that will pick their next coach, but expect Jeff Walsh to be a member of that decision-making process. Hawthorn legend Luke Hodge today offering North a few words of warning as they pursue master coach Alistair Clarkson.
The hardest thing with Clarko, he's not an easy person. He's not an easy person to deal with. It can't come in as Clarko's show. He needs to know where his place is, and that means they need a stable board, a stable off-field to let him know that.
And Jaden Stevenson, who last week was subbed out late and heavily criticised for his performance against the Pies, he's made a good recovery from hip and lower back complaints and could play against Richmond. Clint, finally, Jason Horne-Francis, he trained fully and is likely to come back into the side this week after one stint in the VFL. Clint?
Lots happening. Well done. Thanks, Alicia. Western Bulldogs coach Luke Beveridge, he says Bailey Smith will be chasing a slice of footy redemption against St Kilda this Friday night. But returning from suspension, Beveridge is urging Smith to keep any emotion in check. Ed Woolley reports.
By the time Bailey Smith steps out for his football return, it will have been 6 weeks since his last game. His coach keen to ensure he doesn't overhype the occasion.
I did say to him, let's make sure that you let your football do the talking, and I'm sure he will.
Luke Beveridge says he's now less concerned by Smith's drug admission, more so his discipline after that headbutting ban.
Bailey's the type of competitor that turns up early to games and winds himself up, and he's proud and he's combative, but there's a line that you can't cross. With
the Dogs' form patchy in his absence, Beveridge believes the 21-year-old will want to repay his teammates.
The way he thinks, he really cares about his club and his team and his teammates, and I think there'll be an element of that.
In a further boost, Josh Bruce could play his first game since tearing his ACL as the coach brushed off criticism of his team's intent.
Totally fine with the critique on that, but it's not a pattern. It's an anomaly.
And in one of the feel-good stories of the season, Michael Hurley is likely to make his long-awaited return from a serious hip infection in the VFL on Sunday. After training strongly this morning, the Bombers' favourite has another important session on Friday. He hasn't played at any level in almost 2 years. Ayrton Woolley, 9 News.